Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. So today's video hopefully is gonna be a really juicy one and interesting one. And just like a small type of background to it, effectively I just woke up to a line message. Obviously I wake up to a lot of line messages every day, but this one was from a guy who I talk to relatively frequently. He's a long-time subscriber to my channel, and yeah, we discuss some things here and there. He's somebody that I respect and trust to a degree, because he has never tried to push anything and he has never tried to mislead me anywhere. But anyways, point being is he dropped quite a lot of interesting information on me, saying it's coming from a reliable source. So I would naturally assume it comes directly inside from Chinese Communist Party themselves in association with Kabam. I have no idea who had the great idea to leak all of that information, but since it has been leaked, we might as well talk about it. So I will not use any of the screenshots in order not to give away the person who forwarded it to me, or perhaps by extension also the person who leaked the information when perhaps they shouldn't have. But let's jump here and I will reveal the information a bit by bit just to keep you guys entertained. And first thing that we're going to be talking about, nope, that's not there. Here we go. So again, I am told it's coming from a reliable source, so I naturally assume it is coming from somewhere in CCP server, but also the fact that it is expected to go live today, as in the message was from yesterday and the message said it's expected to go live tomorrow. So it is quite likely that we are going to see it announced later on today. It kind of would make sense, because quite frequently Kabam drops quite big announcements on Wednesdays. If not, obviously, then we still have the Friday's deadline when we're going to see these changes. And quite a lot of the things that were mentioned were already things that we were aware of, like champion fight is getting a rework and is going to be made quote-unquote fresh. So I don't know if they're kind of completely changing the concept there or what is going on with that. We're going to get the alliance tools for the battle groups and path assignments and preset defenses and some quality of life changes like that. Obviously we're going to have the war rehash as well, that also has been known. However, there were quite a lot of new mentions that were never kind of publicly acknowledged by Kabam, and we're going to go through them bit by bit. So first and foremost, apparently Arena AI is getting improvement, and god, that is overdue and necessary. So there you go, all the arena grinders should have much more pleasant time in arenas, hopefully. And I don't know if they're going to do anything with the death matches themselves, but in reality, if the arena AI is decent, then you can get through the death matches as well, should they happen to pop up. So I think it's a huge kind of change for arena grinders, because AI in arena is notoriously horrible about not throwing special attacks, playing like a brain dead, mentally challenged toddler. But hey, that's what's happening. So there's obviously, we already have heard and noticed in game that we have these new dual target accounts that Kabam has released, as in 6-star rank 3 champions. Every champion in game you can find as a dual target right now, including some rare ones like Platinum Pool, Thanos, so on and so forth. Basically every champion in the game you are able to duel just by searching for the champion's name. And apparently there's also going to be a dual replay button coming, which is kind of cool. It's again small kind of quality of life change. Additionally, apparently all of the champions that have not been previously available as 5 stars are coming to the contest. So that means that Wolverine and Scarlet Witch as well, by implication, should be available as a 5-star relatively soon. So many people are definitely going to be interested in that, because Scarlet Witch has been missing from any kind of sort of relatively relevant gameplay for ages, and I'm personally quite skeptical how she's going to measure up. I don't think she's going to be all that great, but perhaps I'm wrong, and perhaps we're going to have another mystic 5-star insane beyond omni god tier champion, or whatever kids call tiers these days, right? So also there is some new crystals coming. I don't have any more details outside of that, just new crystals. Perhaps they're going to be class based, or perhaps there's going to be a new system altogether, something similar to a Nexus crystal perhaps, or something new altogether, who knows. But apparently there's going to be some of that coming. Now perhaps the biggest, or one of the biggest kind of like news drops for kind of like endgame players is that apparently signature stones are going to be made more available. Unfortunately, I don't have more details than that. I just assume that they can sprinkle them in more frequently in any and all contests. Hopefully that also includes 6-star signature stones, because yeah, those are nowhere to be seen in contest currently. But and I saved the best for the last, probably the things that most people are gonna get excited for the most. Not that the things that we've seen so far aren't exciting. Obviously, they are all positive changes to the game, and I hope all of them do in fact come through in meaningful way. As in, like, I hope when Kabam says they're going to increase signature stones and make them more available, I hope it doesn't mean that they're going to give us 5 6-star signature stones a month in uncollected difficulty quest or something like that. I hope it's actually kind of like a significant, noticeable increase in these signature stones. But who's ready for the best? Now, this is realistically the juiciest kind of like bits from the information that had been forwarded to me. And I'm personally super excited for it. This is something that definitely made me far more excited than pretty much anything else up until this point from what I have read. And yeah, let's go open it up. So first and foremost, we're gonna get more boss rushes and that type of content, which I think contest desperately needs. Just some smaller, more interesting fights, because when I look back at it, and I started thinking about things that I like about Marvel Concert Champions, and the first thing that came to mind pretty much immediately was the fact that I just like fighting. I like interesting fights, I like cool nodes, and I like kind of like finding counters to difficult fights, so on and so forth. So having more of these little community boss rushes, or hopefully celebrity challenges and stuff like that, is just going to be like a nice fresh addition that's going to make some month, like this month for instance, is extremely stale and there's not much going on. And if all of a sudden a wild boss rush appears, at least for a day or 2 or 3, you have new fights to figure out how to win. They are typically interesting, some decent rewards for your time investment. So yeah, I think it's an absolutely amazing change. And let's skip one. Apparently there's coming a big buff for Magneto, so everybody who was campaigning for justice for Magneto should rejoice. Apparently he's also getting like a quick, meaningful, significant buff, as in like the wording on the description was that it's going to be a very big change to a Magneto specifically, so I'd assume that he is going to get a rework sooner rather than later, and combined with a message above that Kabam is kind of like vowing to do at least 2 champions reworks a month from now on. I think that is the critical and one of the biggest changes that this contest desperately needed. I think 2 champions reworked a month is excellent. I think that gives us 24 rework champions a year, and it kind of like, realistically looking at the game, that's probably 3 years worth of champions to be reworked, as in like it wouldn't be, well, 2 definitely, 48. But yeah, there are definitely a lot of champions in desperate dire need of a rework who currently serve absolutely no purpose in contest at all whatsoever. So that is gonna be so exciting, in addition to the fact that we're still gonna get the 2 new champions added every month, plus 2 champions getting reworked. That's gonna just add in so much more kind of like change, freshness in contest, and that is personally the thing that I'm looking forward the most. Now, the source information that I got was saying that there are also more changes obviously coming, and not everything is listed. So we're gonna see what else is there. Hopefully all of this does make it in the announcement as well, and yeah, hopefully there are many more things that are coming that people will love, as this is the information that I have gotten thus far. Fortunately, I don't have like any more details. I actually didn't really get to talk about where he got all of this information and stuff like that, because he's currently asleep. But hey, so far it looks good. Hopefully it's dropping later today. Hopefully all of it's true, and hopefully more amazing things are included. But since the information is leaked, I figured I might as well make a video on it and kind of like go through it. But yeah, it definitely does look exciting. It definitely looks on the lines of exactly what's needed to make this game feel kind of like fresh and interesting. And as I mentioned, many people are losing interest in the game for reasons X, Y, or Z. I think one of the most kind of like big tools Kabam have at their disposal is all of these champions that already exist in the game, and having 2 of them buffed each month just will mean for so many more things to get excited and look forward to. Like now you're not only going to be hunting new champions that could potentially be helping your roster, but you're also going to be kind of like looking at all of these old champions which you are likely already in possession of, that could potentially now actually perform to the standards you would love them to and actually help you through the content and progression. And I think the best thing about all champion reworks for the players is obviously because you do not feel pressure to acquire them. It's because it's likely the champions that you already have, and therefore it doesn't feel like you have to go out of your way to grind arena for 3 days or pop X amount of crystals to get a good champion. It's a champion that you already have, and that rework feels in its purest form as like kind of a gift to your account or a gift to your capability, because you do not have to invest a lot of work or money to acquire these champions in most cases. So yeah, I think 2 champion buffs a month is extremely ambitious. I hope they are very good and decent buffs, as they have been thus far with Kabam at large, and yeah, it all seems definitely extremely exciting. Now, that being said, that is pretty much it. I do not have any more at the moment at this point in time. If I do hear anything else before the announcement actually drops, I will try and let you guys know. But hey, if you guys like today's video, then hit that like button, hit that sub button, hit that share button. Let all your friends know what is coming to the contest, if it's all in fact genuine and true. But I have a good feeling about that it is, because a lot of the information there kind of corresponded to the things that have been happening, have been stated already, and it's not kind of like outside of things I personally think Kabam could or would be willing to do. So all that being said, again, hit that like button, hit that sub button, hit all the good buttons, and I'll catch you guys soon. See ya!